Hello, Through the Meerkat here. Some of you might recognise this scene. Yes, it is time for us to continue the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest Let's Play at last. I might not be talking quite as much. I might be pausing this a few times when I talk, because the puzzles make it harder. Fable, The Lost Chapters doesn't have puzzles, and this one does. And I'm recording it live for once, because that means that if I record it live, it's not going to take 8 days per episode. It's not going to take another 3 months or whatever to record this thing. But in order to do it live, that means I might have to talk like this, with no action happening on the screen for a while, just because the combat's trickier, and I normally have to keep my eye on what I'm doing and my mind on what I'm doing at the same time as talking. I'll try not to do this pausing thing too often. So, yes, if you remember correctly, we just completed the Spirit Medallion, the Spirit Temple, and so now it's time for us to grab the Ocarina. Now, I might be a little rusty at the controls here, I admit, so I might need to look things up, but never mind. That is, not look them up on the strategy guide, but more than that in a minute. More on that in a minute. But anyway, I might be a little rusty at first, but I should still be able to get an episode done here, so as you can see, we need to do that to play the Nocturnal Shadow. I'm assuming that you've seen the other episodes. Perhaps you haven't. Perhaps you're new here. If you're new here, I suggest going back and watching the previous 39 episodes. I know, that is a heck of a lot of episodes, but never mind. As you could see there, Link is wearing his gloves, his new silver gauntlets that he got in the previous temple. Now, this is the entrance to the temple, and the only way to do this is using Dinsfar. So I'm going to go ahead on the assumption that you know what Dinsfar is and all of that stuff. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to look at strategy guides here since I'm recording it live, and that would interrupt the recording, and basically the recording would switch itself off, and I would no longer be recording it. And the episode would be split into tiny segments, and that's not something I want to do. So, because of that, there might occasionally be things I miss, like Skulltulas, and it might take me a while to get around the dungeon, but I'm going to be skipping any sections where I'm just travelling and stuff like that. Now, these things rather annoyingly, I tried this a little bit last night to remind myself, and these things rather irritatingly come up like this every time you go here. Because later on there's a pit that you can fall into where sometimes you end up falling back down here, and it tells you every single time, which seems a bit pointless, what you have to do. Hopefully you could still read that even though I was talking, but if you can't, there we go. You don't actually need the Lens of Truth, in my opinion. Any logical person could work that out, but never mind. And you might be wondering who or what was saying that, and that is that giant bird there. I'll be talking more about the bird and what the bird means later on. Now, some of you may have wondered over the time when I was doing this. Well, you know, he keeps on saving it and then reloading it every time he makes a mistake. Is he actually good at Legend of Zelda, or is he actually terrible at this? Well, we are going to find out. Right, what you're looking for here is the one that still has the skull. And I think it changes depending on which one you do, but you need to have the beak pointing at it. So you're going to want to press X and forwards, or whatever the equivalent buttons that you need are, in order to push something. And if you let go of forwards, then it automatically stops when it gets to the next skull, if you see what I mean. So when you're pushing it, push it past this skull with forwards and X pressed, and then let go of forwards but keep on pressing X, and it will just automatically stop at the right one. You still need to know which skull it is, but it will stop at the right one. I'm going to have a quick word with you here about this thing. Now, this thing here, you should be able to see it. I think I've worked out how to show the top of the screen. And hopefully that'll be all shown off this time in the video, and if it's not, well, it's not, and that's unfortunate. But hopefully you can at least see some of it, and if you can't, you'll see an image of this this bird later. So actually, I think what I'm going to do is talk about the bird later when you can definitely see it. But yeah, that's quite a nasty looking thing there. That tongue, that mouth we'll have to walk into. See, I've made a mistake now, but never mind, I don't have to redo all of that, so I will join you again in a second. See, it's quite a nasty looking thing you have to jump into. And that's... it's like you're being swallowed by this mouth. It's quite creepy. But yeah, I've had some practice with the Wind Waker, which I don't have an emulator for, a ROM for, so hopefully because of that, I've had some practice at doing this without frequent saving, trying a Legend of Zelda game without frequent saving. So, there we go. I want to see what he has to say. Ah, nothing. It's just pointing at that thing. See, I don't quite remember here what to do. Almost, but not quite. And this thing is very creepy. As you can see, it's quite deadly. Obviously, try not to get killed. Okay, what you have to do here is get all of these things, these silver things. And you need to try not to get killed by this this Grim Reaper in the center. It's kind of a torture chamber, this room, in a way. The way being every single way you can imagine. It is a torture chamber. That's it. That's all there is to say about it. Now this thing seems to be in front of that. Interesting. It would seem to indicate that there's something down here, won't they? And look, An invisible thing that makes a noise like a skulltula. What could that be? Try not to have that thing on for too long. Now, unfortunately, I have forgotten what the controls are for moving your vision around so that you can see the entire dungeon. So I'm just going to practice with those for a little while and see if I can work out how to do this. Okay, well, I can't really show it off at the moment. I do know where that skulltula is. I just don't know how to show you. But we can't get it right now. So yeah, when you get oh, I see. It seems like these things need to be collected again if you leave the room. Okay, well, I'll just spend a little while doing that, and I won't show that off. It can be quite hard to avoid those things. Do try as well not to run out of magic. Alright, if I'm right, there should only be one more. Yep. And try not to die, obviously. Funny thing about this is I have no idea if I'm actually going the right way or not. Perhaps I'm not supposed to do this yet. I don't actually know. But there we have the dungeon map. So yeah, I suppose at this point I ought to explain why I'm doing this now. This is what I intended to do after Fable The Lost Chapters was complete, but you've still got one day from today. Today's the 15th. I said that I'd give you 1 week to decide if you wanted to, all of you out there who are watching this, if you wanted to see what's inside that demon door or not, even though it meant losing my keys. And so I'm not going to be posting another episode of Fable The Lost Chapters until then. And then when I post that episode, you'll see what happens. So I thought for the moment I should show off something, and finishing this game is what I'm going to do anyway. So there we go. So I might as well show this off now. Start the first episode of this. And yeah, I'm not going to be able to look at strategy guides and things like that, for the simple reason that I can't really pause the recording. So I will just have to do this kind of on the fly, as it were. On the fly is a stupid expression. Why did I use that expression? What the heck does it mean? Anyway, how is it more fly related if you do it without using a strategy guide? What the freak am I talking about? Anyway, I don't know where we just came from. Let's try going in here this time. Yes, it is time for another tune, methinks. Right down, up, right down, up. Right down up, 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 right down up. I tried this last night. I did actually manage to do this without freezing them like that, but it is actually quite hard to do. You need to basically be good at it, and being good at it is quite hard to do. So. Die, evil thingamabob! Or the evil thingamabob, if you said it half in German and half in English for some reason. Now I got a small key. Doesn't look that small. It's the size of Link's head. But still, nonetheless, it is a small key. Well, it looks like I've gone to the right places so far. But out of luck or design, I don't know. Well, out of luck, to be honest. Something you can do if you run out of magic power, at least when you're looking for doors. Alright. At least when you're looking for which door to go through, although there are some situations where that doesn't work, is to just walk up to them. See, this is one of those situations where it doesn't actually work. So I've shown it off beautifully, I feel. Ah, here we go. So I'm not sure if I actually have that much to say about this dungeon, because I actually said a lot of it in September, back when I last did this Let's Play. It was actually on September the 11th, and at the time I wasn't sure whether I should mention something about the fact that it was September the 11th or not. In fact, perhaps it was stupid of me to bring it up now. So I will move on from that subject. Ah, cryptic. Now, if you got one of these, I don't remember which one. I think it might be this one. Ah, there we go. Yes, it tells you the story of this temple, or at least to some extent. Yes, this is where all of the evil stuff that has happened in Hyrule occurred. This place, or so it is theorized by fans, is where the victims of the Hyrule War were sent to be tortured and imprisoned. I think this is where we're going. This is certainly a place we can go to. Oh, this looks fun if you like being killed. If you don't, this room looks awful. Navi, now is not a good time. Excuse me, I am gonna actually save us. Yes, I am actually going to save this because very occasionally I will get into serious flippin' trouble. It would be much better to get a heart piece from them, I think, or a heart. Heart would be really helpful right now, but never mind. No, okay, heart. Goodness. Okay, that's not bad. I've been thinking about how cool it is to trap these berries in these jars. I mean, surely the fairies don't want to be trapped in jars like this, do they? You know, I mean, why would they? It just seems kind of unfair to me. Never mind. One thing you can do if you want to be able to see somewhere better is to just do that, and that will allow you. Yep, this room looks really, really similar to the other room. Got a feeling there's a way to activate those so that they're looking at you. I'm not actually sure. What's this here? Well, I can't find it. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a way to do it without dying once. So I will just have to die once. I think you need to get directly in the line of sight. Ah, right, you have to shoot that one with a fire arrow for some reason. I don't know why, but you do. And then it lets you through here. So there you go. And we're coming up to the mini-boss here. I want to accidentally do something I regret. I still don't want to accidentally do something I regret. I don't remember properly how to defeat this thing without getting hurt myself, so... Oh, I forgot. You can auto-aim. I just completely forgot about that. Okay, there we go. Again. Some more health would be more useful than some more magic. It is possible to run out of magic here, just, you know. And since I've spent a lot of time pausing, a lot of time of cutting out the video basically not forcing you to watch things that aren't helpful to you. I guess I'm going to continue until we get to the next room, at least. Alright, these are useful for basically getting you across areas that are very large and you couldn't get across them at all because they're too big. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything else in this room, so... Through a door in here, which I couldn't see. Well, it turns out that there was